Hi, okay, this is our setup to show our potentiometer, which is another type of variable resistor, so that we can actually control this LED. We were supposed to be doing the soft potentiometer, but Tinkercad doesn't have that one available. The biggest difference between the soft potentiometer and this potentiometer is that the soft one is a thin strip where it detects different various pressure points, and those pressure points, when you push down on it, can vary the resistance from 100 to 10K ohm. Whereas this one, we are turning a little switch on it. And so we can see here that we have our power setup, 5 voltage going to our voltage on the breadboard, ground going to ground on the breadboard. And then on this side, we're setting up our potentiometer to our analog pin 0. And then we have it set up to our power and our ground. Now, we also have a important resistor here, a 10K ohm resistor. That's going to be our fixed resistor. So that tells us that if the potentiometer is not being pressed or being turned, that the light remains constant on a constant light. So it has a very fixed variable resistance rather than varying the resistance from the potentiometer. Here we have our LED, and we have our different cathodes for red, blue, and green, right? And then we have our ground. So each resistor here is our 330 ohm resistor is for specifically each light color, right? We need all three because this LED, red, green, blue LED, is able to do a combination of the different colors to create kind of like a rainbow or a variety of colors. So on this side, we've got our code. So our code starts by initiating our constants. So our red LED pin is in 9, our green LED pin is in 10, and our blue LED pin is in 11. And then we have our constant initiated as our sensor pin in analog input 0. Then we're initiating the values of red value, green value, and blue value because we're going to go ahead and set those to a range, and that's how it will allow the rainbows of colors. So here we have our sensor value. Our sensor value is going to read our sensor pin, and then it's having our RGB, our LED, set to the sensor value. So this allows a position for the rainbow. And then to keep in mind that the potentiometer can read resistance or output resistance from 0 to 1023. So this very long part of the code is actually setting the peaks, and so the red value is going to be set within these specific ranges of resistance. So that's that map function that we've seen before, and by allowing us to create these different peaks, one for red, one for green, and one for blue, then you can have the combinations of the resistance outputs so that the colors are actually going to be a rainbow of colors to create those new colors like violet or teal, right? So let's look at how this works. So if we start our simulation, depending on where our potentiometer is and the resistance, it will show different colors. So here we're at red, and then we're varying the resistance. This is still in the red peak to create that purple, right? And then we're going to end up transitioning closer and closer and closer to blue, right? So I think I passed the regular blue, yeah. And then we're going closer and closer to green, and then closer and closer to red, right? So it's a combination of these colors based on the resistance that is being output by the potentiometer. So I think it would be interesting to test if we remove this resistor. So we'll see what that does.